Yo, what up? So, in case you didn't know, I love anime. Yes, and Jujutsu Kaisen's a great anime. You know, it's a great anime. My Hero Academia is pretty good anime. You know what I'm saying? I really like that fight when Deku versus Muscle Man. Yeah, that was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But now what if the main villains from those? You know, what about the main villains from those anime? There, let me show you. Let me show you. The first one, like, all right, Mahito. Remember Mahito? Mahito's the guy that if he touches you, he can instantly turn you into a cursed monster. You know what I'm saying? All right. And what about Shigaraki though? You know, Shigaraki, if he touches you, he can make you decompose or wither away or whatever, you know, that is. Now, what if these two fought each other? Huh? Like, what if they fought each other? Who do you think would win? My money's kind of on I think my money's on Mahito. Because Mahito, he can also make little copies of himself, and he can split from the main body. Shigaraki can't. So if Shigaraki touches him, Mahito can just jump out before he finishes decomposing or whatever, and I think he'd be fine. But I asked this, and I say who I think would win because, bam! Oh, wait, hold on. Bam! That's what we're reacting to next. Shigaraki versus Mahito, My Hero Academia versus Jujutsu Kaisen. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for a death battle? Anyway, this is by the YouTube channel Death Battle. As always, link to the video, link to their channel will both be in the description below. Be sure to check them out. Let's get it.
Shigaraki versus Mahito.
The symbol of fear versus the human disaster curse.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Death battle!
Tenko Shimura was just a sweet, shy boy who loved superheroes.
But sometimes the hand of fate can't abide sweet shy boys.
Ruthlessly beaten and abused by his hero-hating father,
Damn.
Tenko pushed beyond his emotional limits until he activated his inherent superpower, or quirk.
It wasn't something cool like flight or super strength. In his terror, he accidentally killed his whole family. Well, except for
Like, first off, that's a crazy power to get. Like, and then you don't know how to control it, so you accidentally touch your family and kill them. Like, that's a terrifying power, especially since you don't know what it activated. So, by the way, so yeah, dude's got Shigaraki has such a sad past, but man, whew.
dear old dad, that one was intentional.
Tenko wandered the streets alone, silently begging for anyone to help him. If only a hero was there to save him. But instead, the only open hand he found belonged to the devil.
All for one, the greatest supervillain in history.
He took Tenko under his wing, feeding a hatred of everyone and everything, and grooming him to one day lead his league of villains in destroying hero society.
With that came a new name, Tomura Shigaraki, and an absolutely nightmarish quirk, Decay. It does what it says on the tin. Anything Shiggy touches with all 5 fingers turns to dust. The perfect power for someone who just wants to destroy. Pretty menacing.
Is it really all 5 fingers necessary, or can he just do it with 1 finger? Actually, I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure from the anime if he's done it with just 1 finger or like 2 fingers. But I think it has to be all 5 fingers, maybe.
Not for that dorky ass costume. I get it, hands are his thing, but come on, they just look so dumb and fake.
Oh, those aren't prosthetics. Those are real hands from his family that he killed, attached to his face, and explicitly commanded to be left there by his mentor so that he would never forget his rage.
Okay.
While his use of decay started off relatively weak, it rapidly increased in power and range as Shigaraki came into his own.
Decay isn't even limited to whatever he's touching. Anything that touches something he's decaying also decays.
Spreading like an all-consuming miasma that can wipe out anything from an enormous tower to an entire city.
If decay reaches you, your only hope is to isolate the body part that is disintegrating before it gets to something vital.
After years of training with the greatest supervillain of all time, Shigaraki was finally put in charge of his own team with one mission. He must kill his master's rival, the #1 hero, All Might.
Only to fall flat on his face.
Shigaraki was a terrible leader, quick-tempered, short-sighted, and, well...
Cringe! Oh, he's just so cringe. He uses gamer lingo unironically. He whines like a baby when things don't go his way. He's the kind of guy who would say normie in real life, in front of normies.
But they say...
I mean, honestly, I think we all know somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments below if you know somebody like that. I think I might be someone like that. Oh my God, I'm cringe. Oh well, it's gotta be me.
Defeat is the greatest teacher of all.
These normies would never understand.
Only through struggle could Shigaraki manifest his dark conviction.
Right as All Might's new protege, Izuku Midoriya, was coming into his own as well.
These two rivals, the inheritors of their master's blood feud, would push themselves past their own limitations.
Especially when All Might and All For One double KO'd each other, leaving Shigaraki to lead the League of Villains all by himself.
And with the
Bro, that fight was so good. That fight, like All Might versus All For One, that fight was so good. Now, obviously, I'm still like, yo, how is he still able to access his power? Like, I know he's still got a little bit of his flame left. He's still alive. He can still tap into his quirk, even though it's been transferring to Deku. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what? That's kind of, it almost makes me want to say, you know, plot armor. But that fight was good, so I approve.
stakes higher than ever before, Shigaraki stepped up. He personally battled the monstrous Gigantomachia for a month and a half straight, and conquered other villain organizations to create the Paranormal Liberation Front, thousands of new soldiers for his personal army.
All to impress All For One's personal quack, Dr. Ujiko, who spent months upgrading Shigaraki's body to make it more like his sensei's. It might have been constant agony, but Shiggy went from Chud to Chad.
Ujiko's experimentation vastly increased Shigaraki's strength, speed, and durability, enough to match and surpass even All Might's absurd power.
Sharing All Might's power between them, Deku and Bakugo were able to punch an island-sized hole in a cloud that reached 24 miles into the sky.
Bro, I really don't know how that actually worked. Both of them sharing All Might's powers. I saw when I saw the movie, I was like, man, this is so fucking dumb. I didn't agree with it. I was like, what? But come on.
We've calculated that before to be nearly 80 million megatons of TNT, almost as much as the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs.
And Shigaraki can now move fast enough that his body produces hypersonic shockwaves and can even catch laser beams.
And he's tough enough to survive Star and Stripes Intercontinental Ballistic Cruise Punch. Now the new name for my penis. Move over,
My penis.
Gigantic Omega Storm. Anyway, tough enough to survive Star and Stripes Intercontinental Ballistic Cruise Punch.
that's the name for a penis. I wouldn't recommend it, yo.
Now the new name for my penis. Move over, Gigantic Omega Storm. Anyway, it also made a blast so big it showed up against the curvature of the Earth.
Though he might seem invincible, when Shigaraki's body is pushed hard enough, he will evolve into a state of uncontrollable power.
So Decay became, oh shit, more hands.
Shigaraki can spontaneously generate flesh into existence, seemingly oceans of it in an instant, whenever he wants. He can even use it as a type of armor to defend himself in close combat.
But
That might be a problem for Mahito's power. I don't think so, though. I don't know.
Nothing compared to Ujiko's greatest gift. Shigaraki wanted to be the new All-for-One, so what better way than the old man's quirk?
All for One's quirk, All for One, allows its user to steal and store quirks with just a touch.
And All-for-One has hundreds of them stored up, collected over the years.
Each quirk is connected to a memory of its user's essence in the form of a spirit, a vestige.
Kinda like a piece of their soul. They exist in this kinda psychic world in Shigaraki's body, and can even act as a spiritual defense should it be invaded.
And with those vestiges came quirks like super fast healing, air blasts, radio waves, flight.
Wait, what was that thing he just said?
Shigaraki's body, and can even act as a spiritual defense should it be invaded.
And with those vestiges,
Acts as spiritual defense should be invaded. Would he be able to defend against the transformation power of Mahito? Like, I don't think that would help. I don't think that's a good I don't think that defense would help.
came quirks like super fast healing, air blasts, radio waves, flight, telekinesis, teleportation of others, and the ability to track foes.
He can even combine multiple quirks together, like in this big-ass electric Kamehameha.
However, any vestige stolen or destroyed will also remove that quirk from Shigaraki's repertoire. They're also sentient, and some can even fight for control.
Which is when the second shoe finally dropped.
Oh, wait, what does that say? Shigaraki stole dangerous sins from Deku specifically by stealing the vestige of Hikage Shinomori rather than the quirk factor, proving that the two are linked.
And some can even fight for control.
Which is when the second shoe finally dropped. Because Shigaraki also got All For One's vestige, that means All For One was now in possession of a shiny new body that he'd spent the last 15 years molding for him to take over.
Shigaraki's entire existence was planned from the beginning. Why? Because All Might's previous mentor was Nana Shimura, Tenko's grandmother.
Oh, that to mess with All Might.
Holy
that
shit.
is some next level hating right there.
He manipulated Shigaraki's entire life, all for one purpose: to create a soul so corrupted it would grind away at All Might's perfect world, allowing All For One to take full control.
But All For One's possession wasn't complete, and Shiggy managed to fight his way back to the top, literally decaying his way through vestiges in the process, all to fight his rival Deku one last time.
Despite Izuku's best efforts to save him, Shigaraki was too far gone. His spirit decayed by years of venomous hatred.
And the new symbol of hope defeated the new symbol of fear, burying All For One's grudge for good.
All that Shigaraki asked was to be remembered as the heartless destroyer he was raised to be, and not the broken, angry, crying little boy he really was deep inside.
For just that one moment, though, Shiggy got in Deku the only thing he'd been denied his whole life, the one thing his lifelong nihilistic tantrum was really all about. He got a hero who tried to save him.
Aww.
This battle is sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
With
Okay,
Robin Hood
okay.
Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP treatment.
So with that, oh man, I forgot he had all that. Like I knew about the other powers and stuff, but like, now I'm starting to second guess if he can actually beat if he can beat Mahito, or if Mahito can beat him. I'm starting to second guess. Damn. I don't know. All right, we'll see what they say about Mahito. Maybe there's some things I forgot about him, and maybe I'll be reassured.
IRA contributions? Sign up at Robinhood.
Requires Robin Hood DIC Gold. Ever since Cain slew his brother Abel and wetted his fields with his blood, man's greatest fear has been his fellow man.
That's no.
But what if this fear
Oh,
took
that
on a
anime.
life of its own?
What if all that negative emotion humans felt for one another spilled from their bodies and congealed, forming, over time, a living being fueled by malice, which believes in nothing but the law of the jungle?
Well, then you'd have the special grade curse with the patch face, Mahito. Oh, I've had people.
Well, when it comes to being evil, like complete evil, Mahito's probably way more evil because Shigaraki still has that little touch of good in him because he grew up as a kid and had those good memories back in the past. Mahito is just born from, other humans' evil.
People tell me I've
Malice.
become a human disaster curse when I've had too many mojitos.
Mahito is one of the deadliest beings to ever afflict mankind. He's no mere mortal though, but a cursed spirit. Innumerable spirits exist, weaker or stronger depending on the amount of anxieties, jealousies, hatreds, and fears humans feel about them.
Like the fear of locusts, kinda weak. Or the fear of smallpox, getting stronger. Or the fear of fire. Oh, goodbye, Tokyo.
So it follows that mankind's fear of itself would be extremely powerful. Those negative emotions manifest as Mahito, a being composed of cursed energy.
Man, imagine if Mahito was born from the malice and fear that women felt when asked, would you rather be stuck in the woods with a bear or a man? And they always choose the, and 99% of them was choosing the bear. Imagine if Mahito was born from their fear of man while they were saying they choose the bear. Also, the bear would fuck you up. You had nothing to worry about with man. And man would probably just be like, all right, how the fuck do I get out of here?
It's basically like evil ki. Cursed energy can be used to make spirits way stronger, faster, and tougher than any normal human. And it's invisible, making curses like Mahito impossible for the untrained eye to see. Only a life or death situation can galvanize a normal person to see a cursed spirit.
That also makes
Wait, so can Shigaraki even see Mahito? Also, Mahito is his power isn't really a quirk, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think Mahito can steal it. I don't think Shigaraki could steal it.
cursed spirits virtually immune to physical damage. They may be physically present in space, but can only be harmed by attacks that embody spirit matter like cursed energy.
Right.
Which makes curses insanely hard to get rid of, like
Shigaraki's
ghosts,
fucked.
cockroaches, or my ex. That's why you need a jujutsu sorcerer to come in and kaizen the shit out of them. They call it exorcism, but I like the way I said it better.
Curses and
Kaizen the shit out
sorcerers
of
have
them.
battled each other for millennia, waging an endless war over the fate of humanity. Almost exclusively in Japan, though, for some reason.
But Mahito was special. You see, most curses are basically dumb animals, but Mahito has so much cursed energy that it gave him sentience.
So he was recruited by Kenjaku alongside other special grade disaster curses to wreak havoc upon the world. In fact, they made Mahito their leader.
And even more frightening than intelligence and bloodlust, Mahito possessed philosophy.
Perhaps informed by the tragic meaninglessness of interhuman conflict, Mahito is an existential nihilist, believing in nothing but his own will to power. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and Mahito is the wolf.
Which also makes him kind of a goofball. If nothing matters, why not have fun with the slaughter? Really get your steps in. He loves to dig around and toy with your emotions like a cartoon character before slitting your throat.
An appropriate analogy considering his curse technique, idle transfiguration.
Using his cursed energy, Mahito can control anyone's soul with just a touch, including his own. In fact, he's so good at manipulating his own soul that you can't even kill the bastard without directly targeting it.
In Jujutsu Kaisen, the soul and the body share an immutable connection. Whatever happens to the former affects the latter.
This lets Mahito squash, stretch, and shape-shift his body into literally anything he wants, like Play-Doh. He can turn his limbs into blades or clubs, grow wings like a bird or fins like a fish, reform his body around injuries, or even create clones.
Curse users are naturally unharmed by their own ability. Should he touch a human, though, his alterations to their body are instantly fatal.
And since he's attacking your soul, those physical wounds are gonna be impossible to heal.
Even if his alteration isn't directly fatal, the human body won't last more than a few moments in a transfigured state.
All that with one touch! God, I thought herpes was bad.
His powers mean Mahito treats humans as effectively disposable dolls that he can gleefully experiment on. The more casualties, the better, especially if he gets to break your spirit first and watch you suffer.
Even more twisted is when he combines two transfigured humans together for soul multiplicity, essentially a giant torrent of body horror flesh that he repels at an opponent, Yeah.
Mahito is unbelievably creative with his application of idol transfiguration, and despite being a newborn curse, consistently keeps experienced sorcerers on the back foot.
It helps that he's a quick study who's picked up a number of different curse techniques, like the Black Flash.
By applying cursed
Oh,
energy
shit.
within 1
That's right, he's got
microsecond
that
of an
too.
impact with an enemy, space itself will distort, exponentially amplifying its force by a factor of 2.5.
Not only does this hurt like a mother, it restores your curse technique and gets you fully in the zone.
And would require reflexes moving nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. It's no surprise then that Mahito also unlocked the pinnacle of sorcerer techniques, the Domain Expansion.
Oh shit! More hands! A domain is like a barrier of cursed energy, but if you're caught inside, Mahito can use idol transfiguration instantly without even needing to touch you.
It's called the self-embodiment of perfection, the ultimate expression of Mahito's absolute control over his victim's body and soul. The only time it ever failed was against the student sorcerer and Mahito's archenemy, Yuji Itadori.
Because not only was Yuji a barf-inducing goody little two-shoes who believed in the inalienable rights of all living things, blah, 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 he also had a curse inside of him.
The king of curses, Sukuna.
Which meant
Badass.
Mahito's ability
Sukuna's awesome.
affected both souls in Yuji's body. Sukuna didn't like that. No surprise, and kicked Mahito's ass, forcing Patchface to fight with a handicap whenever facing his pink-haired menace.
Yuji's belief in the value of human life flew directly in the face of the world that Mahito knew to be cruel and meaningless. So he made it his mission to crush Yuji's spirit before killing him, murdering his friends, defiling their corpses, and brutally battering him before going in for the kill.
And he's got the strength to do it. Mahito's one of the most powerful curses in the world, and his growth is exponential.
Fellow disaster curse Jogo was able to summon a massive meteor capable of reducing the city of Shibuya to ash.
Real quick, it says other side materials such as Curse Clash and Phantom Parade show that Mahito is relative to his fellow disaster curses in sparring sessions. Gigi has also said that Jogo would die to 5 black flashes from Yuji, and Mahito can survive several from both him and Toto. So that's he's also tanky. He's also tanky. But I'll say what I was gonna say.
That'd take an energy of over 800 kilotons of TNT.
And Mahito can take as good as he can give, especially when, in the throes of struggle against Yuji, he evolved, unlocking a vastly more powerful form, the instant body of distorted killing.
Complete with armored exoskeleton and arm blades, this was a taste of the almighty curse Mahito was growing into, a true blight on all mankind.
It wouldn't last. In a bitter battle of resolve, Yuji won out. In a dog-eat-dog world, there was now a bigger wolf.
So he tucked tail and ran away like a bitch. And what do you know? Life suddenly became a whole lot more meaningful the second it looked like it was about to end.
All that gleeful nihilism, just a bitter hypocrisy in the end.
For him, maybe, but Mahito found a convert in his archenemy. After a battle that wiped out thousands of innocent people, Yuji's youthful spirit was gone. The only thing left that mattered was exorcising this curse.
In a way, that was Mahito's final victory, the destruction of another
what he
human
wanted.
being's soul. He may not have been around to see it, but the curse Mahito inflicted on the world would bring it to its knees.
All right. Hold on. So let's say Shigaraki could win because Shigaraki could, if he's able to touch the DK on Mahito's soul. But I highly doubt because Mahito has so many ways, like even make clones or split off and just be okay. Now let's say Shigaraki is able to steal his vestige. If he stole his vestige and tried to use his powers, tried to use Mahito's powers, we've seen where Shigaraki has had backlash for stealing somebody's vestige. Like when he stole like the Miss America chick's vestige and was trying to use her power, she ended up going like wild inside of him and he had to eject her. You know what I'm saying? So, like she did damage to him through her vestige being inside of him, and Shigaraki had to eject him. So Mahito could do the same. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mahito. I'm gonna go with Mahito as the winner. Let me know in the comments below who you think is gonna win. And yeah, let's get it.
Hey, do you see that join button? Yeah, that one. That's your ticket to being a Death Battle champion. As a champion, you get all sorts of exclusive Death Battle content, like extra videos, live chats, and sending us your own matchup ideas.
Cool.
And the support helps us make even more Death Battle. So thank you for being—
Bro, you know I want to see them do a Jinwoo from holy shit, I forgot the name of the anime. Holy crap. From Solo Leveling. You know I want to see Jinwoo
being a champion. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
All right, let's get it. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who you got? Ooh. Mahito?
I'd heard of a powerful villain stalking these parts. My organization is going to tear this putrid world down around us. We could use a freak of your talents.
Little old me. Do I want to be king of the social rejects? How about I bring them your head instead?
Fine by me. Let's call this your audition. Sick'em.
No move. He just can't form him, right? There it is.
Game over. Did you actually just say that? God, how lame!
Oh shit, that was pretty cool. I mean, Shigaraki has no cursed energy to fight with. So he can't do damage to him.
Audition over.
Did I get the part?
Is he gonna try and
Decay!
I thought he was gonna try and Omni-Man his ass. Black Flash. Ooh.
What a rush! That all you got?
Domain expansion.
Oh shit, here it comes.
I can read your soul. You're just a scared little boy whose daddy is mean and wants to make it everyone else's problem. Grow up.
Hands off my masterpiece. I felt your soul too. You only hate humanity because you were born that way. Totally random. I hate them for a reason.
Are you serious?
You grow up.
KO! What did I say?
Man, they had what's his name in there because just like nah. Fucking all for one, the Vistage, like in Shigaraki's soul, like nah, bro. Like, all right, like I get it. Like, come on. That's come on. You really think that him and that blast is gonna like knock Shigaraki out of that shit? Man, also, all for one doesn't have a domain expansion. So like it's like you can't just because what's his name? Sukuna. That was his domain expansion, wasn't it? Like, or did he just bring Mahito into his area, just into his area because he touched his soul? But come on, man, nah, bruh, nah, son, because nah, yeah, he touched his soul, and wouldn't he have seen all the Vistages in the one area? And also, like, why just one for all for one? And I highly doubt first off, can all for one use his powers as a Vistage in Mahito in Shigaraki? Can he use his powers? Also, like, would that really be enough damage to like stop Mahito? Man, hell nah, bruh. Nah, man.
Say, Wiz, like a bitch.
With their complex power sets, this match was a puzzle to figure out, which is why we're breaking it down to 3 categories: physical stats, survivability, and their powers.
But first, let's address one thing. Could Shigaraki even see Mahito? He's an invisible curse after all.
Also, like, I thought Mahito couldn't be hurt by, less physical damage. So he still crumbles, man.
Cursed energy and quirks are notably different, and Shigaraki wouldn't be able to see curses normally. However, even regular humans can spontaneously develop the ability to see curses in life and death scenarios. And with the Search quirk, Shigaraki would have had no problem tracking it.
So seeing Mahito.
All right, something popped up. Curses are invisible due to existing on a different spectrum of light than what normal people can see. Extra sensory abilities like Shigaraki's that do not rely on visible light would be, unimpeded.
It wouldn't have been an issue. With that out of the way, we can jump into their stats.
This was no contest. Despite the disaster curses being able to destroy entire cities with their cursed energy, Shigaraki's scaling to Deku and Bakugo meant he was calculably millions of times stronger.
He was faster too, considering he could react to light beams, while Mahito's Black Flash capped out at nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. Nothing to scoff at, but Shiggy was thousands of times faster. Shigaraki takes stats.
But survivability was a little trickier to figure out.
Yep, in terms of raw durability, Shigaraki was a lot tougher, and his ability to generate new flesh meant that he could heal any wounds he might receive super easy.
However, Mahito is a curse, and is immune to the kind of overwhelming physical damage Shigaraki could dish out. Not only that, Mahito's regenerative ability via idle transfiguration meant that he'd come back from anything short of spiritual damage.
Considering Mahito's unique curse body, he should actually get the edge in survivability.
Which presents a crucial question. Could Shigaraki even kill a curse like Mahito in the first place?
Or would Mahito's unkillability give him the time he needed to eventually put Shiggy down with idle transfiguration?
It all comes down to their powers.
I mean, even if his body decayed, his soul, it wouldn't be touched, would it? So like he could just reform, right? Like decay doesn't affect the soul. It affects a bunch of physical things around you. Like decay can't affect fire or water or, you know what I'm saying? So would Shigaraki's decay even work on Mahito? I mean, yeah, you could decay the body, but I mean, Mahito can reform himself all the time. I mean, as long as his soul isn't touched.
Shigaraki had a lot more variety with all of the crazy quirks All for One had collected over all the years, but none that we know of could properly kill a curse. That didn't mean idle transfiguration was a surefire bet either, though.
Of all things, Shigaraki's vestiges served as a spiritual shield from the effects of idle transfiguration.
It says right here, Shigaraki survived multiple one-for-all transfer attacks from Deku, which directly attack the soul and reflect identical damage on the body, just like idle transfiguration. Okay, so his body evolved to counter the punches automatically. Okay.
The fact that Mahito could not avoid targeting Sukuna while attacking Yuji meant that he couldn't target specific souls inside a person.
And Shiggy has hundreds of soul-like entities inside of him. Sure, each one down means he loses a quirk, but that's more than enough time to land a single hit with Decay, especially considering how much faster Shiggy is.
And Mahito has no way to defend against Shigaraki's primary quirk.
But still, if the body is decayed, the soul doesn't mean the soul is touched. Even if, all right, the thing popped up again and saying, even if Shigaraki could not target spiritual matter, Nanami states that a curse like Mahito would still die after expending all of their cursed energy. Given Shigaraki's massive physical advantages, arsenal and of abilities, and proven 45-day stamina versus Gigantomaquia, he easily wins the war of attrition. Man,
Decay has affected spiritual beings in the past. Again,
Really?
vestiges. In fact, he was able to damage Deku's vestige and have that damage transferred to the Deku in the real world.
Mahito
never
may be
mind.
made
Fair
of
enough.
spirit energy, but he still has a physical form. In fact, sorcerers that couldn't naturally target the soul were able to fight him on even footing. No reason to think Shiggy wouldn't decay him like everyone else.
Giving Shigaraki the third and final edge. It was a unique duel to the death, but Shigaraki's overwhelming might, unstoppable powers, and deadly decay spelled the end for the disaster curse.
Nothing else to say. You really gotta hand it to Shigaraki.
The winner is Tomura Shigaraki.
And let's go see what the comments say. Whoever suggests Mahito's head running deserves a raise. Shiggy being told to grow up only to provide with you grow up is so funny. I didn't really think it was funny. It's kind of lame to me. It's kind of cringe. Because that's basically what a child would say in a situation. Fair enough. The most dangerous game of tag. Fair enough. Mahito deciding to fight the only people that can hurt him and then getting cooked for it will never not be funny. MHA fans, I hope Shigaraki wins. JJK fans, I'm a fan of both. So, you know what I'm saying? But even JJK fans would say, I hope Mahito loses. Nah, bro, I don't think so. Audition over. Did I get the part? Yeah, that's peak Mahito right there. Anyway, it was all right. This video was all right. All right, hold on. Let's see who's next.
Next time on Death Battle.
Bro, there's Gojo versus Makima? I gotta watch that eventually. I haven't watched a couple of death battles in a long time, so I gotta catch up. Who's next? So Master Chief versus Doomslayer? Bro, if Master Chief doesn't come, if Master Chief doesn't, like, obviously I'm a Master Chief fan, you know what I'm saying? Halo, you know what I'm saying? If Master Chief doesn't win, I'm gonna be sad, bro. But anyway, that's it for this video. Did you guys win? Did you guys guess right? Or did you only guess right because you saw the original video first and came over here and be like, oh, I'm gonna, or did you like skip ahead? Did you cheater? Anyway, excuse me. Let me know what you guys think about this video. I still think Mahito should have won, but that's just me. I'm a fan of both anime, MHA and JJK, but like, I still feel like Mahito should have won. Like, whatever. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Actually, I guess since Shigaraki is already known to be able to, survive or repel, attacks that the transfiguration skill of Mahito's, I guess it makes sense that he wins. Because what else does Mahito have other than like the black flash? But Shigaraki's just, tough anyway. All right, well, whatever. I guess he won. Whatever. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, don't forget to check out Death Battle. Link to the channel, link to the video, both in the description below. And yeah, you know what it is. Don't forget to do the 3 things I like to ask you to do, and like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what it is after that. In case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace. Much love to you.